susceptible to get men that are abusive to women. She ain't the first name that knocked on my door. And I politely told this other girl, I said, look, I said, I'm telling you now, I don't have time for this type of stuff. He up here talking about, just come talk to me. She's scared to death, sitting on my porch shaking. And she like, literally, she having a panic attack. And I told him, I said, look, I said, you need to go. I said, because I'm telling you right now, you don't want this. But see, I had watched my mother get abused as a child. So I know this could not be normal. So ever since watching it happen to my mother, I've always been the one to not tolerate that off of me. I fought you back. I will fight you.
And you know, a lot of this, a lot of it had uh, started with this crazy music. You know, and people, a lot of people have started to realize that. And I've been saying this for a long time. And then I happened to see Professor Griff talk about it on the summit, you know, with Talib Kweli and all of that I'm talking about. And you know, you gotta think music is a powerful force. It can be used for good, it can be used for evil. That's why they use it to motivate people in social situations in countries, you know, when they're, you know, in politics or whatever, you know, sometimes they'll use entertainers with the different venues and type of music. It can tame the Tasmanian devil, you know. So it's like I don't, you know, it's like how you figure, you know, when it goes into the psyche of your mind and you can remember a jingle from years ago, like Burger King, have it your way, have it your way. It goes,
Right.
you can bring it back up just like that, you know. So it's an influence, and I hate to see what's going on today, you know, you know, with some of our young ladies and even in the men. It's something got to change. I
But see,
think, and it's being worked on now,
we need a lot of women empowerment groups. We need a lot of, this is why I cannot, I told the police officer tonight, because I talked to her, she was pretty cool. I told her, I said, look, I said, this is why. She told me about a young lady when she was just a year into being on the force. She's been about 5 or 6 years now. And she said, when I was a year in, I had to come out here to a house right there on the board. She showed me where the house was. I would never, that gave me chills up my spine. She said the girl got stabbed 33 times and did
whoa.
not survive.
That
And
is,
I told her, I
she did. You
said,
said she didn't survive.
she did not survive. And
Wow.
I told that officer, I said, this is why I cannot stress enough for any woman in the city of Akron, Ohio to learn how to shoot a firearm, take that sucker apart, put it back together, clean it, and load your firearm. I said, because you got to protect yourself. And I ain't trying to be funny on the next thing that I'm about to say. I didn't tell the police officer this. I said, because you try to depend on these niggas in this city, and I say just in my city in general, to defend you and try to stand up for you, they're not going to fucking do it.
Woo.
Just like that dude that I'm telling you about, my sisters, whatever he the fuck this guy is to her, just like him, he jumping on her son and threatened to beat up her and her mom and talking, I'm gonna burn you up in the house, I'm gonna burn up the
Oh
house with you
man.
in it,
Yeah.
and this, that, and the other. And like, you can't
Man.
depend on these men, because I'm telling you about these men in my city. I can't speak for any other city, but I
I
know the men in my
I
city
feel
do
you.
not defend a woman and try to stand up for a woman or defend or protect her, because they too weak minded here. I don't know about any other city, but I know in Akron, Ohio, like I said, I fought plenty dudes before in this city because they thought they was gonna put their hands on me. You're not gonna touch me. I might have watched my mother, watched that go down with my mom, but see, my mom will fight back too, though. So I got it honest. The apple don't fall far from no tree. But what I'm saying is this: that you cannot rely on these men to protect you. That's why I decided to get my own firearm, learn how to take that sucker apart and clean it, put it back together, and load my own stuff. Because I can't. I taught myself how to clean my own gun and take it apart and put it back together. Nobody taught me. The gun club I was in didn't teach me. I taught myself. Why am I teaching myself how to do this? And when y'all are experts with this and know how to do this stuff, but yet in the same token, you never decided to even try to teach nobody else what you already know. So I cannot stress enough for any woman in America to learn how to shoot and defend yourself, because ain't no man, I highly doubt, you might got something that might protect you, but it's slim to none. I hate to say that. The sisters is the ones that's going to really lead the revolution, if you really want to be honest. Want me to be honest? Because we ain't scared of nothing. We the ones that sit up here taking care of running households, having careers, and taking care of our families, and putting kids through college. And I'm not saying we don't need a man. We need one. But we don't got men like Grandpa no more.
Right.
There ain't men out there like, there's not men out there like that anymore. That go to work, like my foster dad will go to work and bring home the paycheck and give it to my mama. He would give some of the money to my mama on what bills that he paid in the house. And then my mama worked as a foster parent and cleaned banks and stuff and made her own money too. They worked as a team. They worked together. You don't got stuff happening like that no more in 2025. Men want to talk about, oh, you don't ever fix me nothing to eat. You don't make money like Grandpa do. You gonna bring me home 3/4 of your check to make sure that I got the bills paid in the house and I got money to put food up in here? Well, no, my money stay in my pocket. Well, if you can't expect me to move like Grandma because, honey, you don't act like Grandpa, I'm sorry, but this ain't that over here. I straight up let it be known. I said, I'm not here to take care of y'all. Got 3 kids up in the house. You need to be doing better than I'm doing.
So, right there, Assata, I want to ask you, would you be willing to come back next Saturday or the Saturday after that so that we can bring up what you just said? I would like to talk about that, get on that subject about the order they had back in the day. Because,
Absolutely.
okay, because some people say the past don't affect the future, but yes, it does. And
Yes,
so
it does.
we need to be implementing and going back, going back, borrowing from the past, which it should have never changed anyway. So we need to get back on that track right there. So I'm gonna mark that down so that we can bring that back up and pick back up right there. Okay? And I know the listeners enjoyed you. This is Assata X, and she's a dear sister of mine. And we've been trying to get on for, I don't know, I think it's 2 years at least. But
yeah, it was always something to come up.
Right. So we're gonna try to make it regular. So with that being said, I'm gonna say we wish everybody peace, love, and light. And Assata, what you want to say?
I don't know if I got any sisters. I can't see who listening, but if there's any sisters on this line, please, 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 by all means necessary, learn how to protect yourselves and defend yourselves. Because at the end of the day, we all we got.
We all we got.
I mean, those sisters need to stick together. So I'm all for gun rights for women. I can't stress it enough. I would have started my own gun club for women. I don't know how to well that's gonna go in the city of Akron, but I'm gonna try. You can only do so much as if you try. So, but I can't stress that enough with y'all. Please, please, please learn how to protect yourself. If you don't know how to, if you're a felon and you can't carry a firearm, you can get a crossbow. I've been doing my research on stuff. See, I know the ins and outs around the laws and everything. So please, by all means, ladies, protect yourselves. My black queens, my black sisters out there. All right, I'm done because I can go on and on and on.
And so with that, we're gonna say peace, love, and light in the hotel.
All right, I'll see y'all.